What's up, dudes? Welcome to a little, channel update video. We're going to talk about non-reaction video content that I upload to this channel. I like to make these videos, of course, to kind of share what's going on in my mind as I think about what we're going to do going forward with the channel and the video content, because you guys are the audience. Without the people who watch my videos, then I would not be here doing this. I would not have the subscribers that I have. I would not be getting the views on my channel, on my videos. You guys are important. You guys are kind of a big part of who, I gotta take into what you guys are thinking into mind when I make these decisions. I learned that the hard way a while back, and we've been on the long road to recovery from that, and learn from my mistakes. And we're going forward, but we want to take a minute here to kind of talk about what I'm doing with non-reaction videos. Of course, my non-reaction videos that I upload the most frequently have been review videos, whether that's a song review or an album review. Those have been the videos that I've made most frequently. But of course, I also do, from time to time, do some news videos, and I also do kind of share and cover Korean indie videos. But I want to kind of address this entire topic, all of those videos, and kind of share what I'm thinking I'm going to do more frequently going forward. And I also want some feedback on how you think I should do those videos. So first off, let's get started just really with what is going to be something that you'll probably end up seeing more frequently from me in the future. And that is me just covering Korean indie, sharing some Korean indie music that I've heard more frequently than I have in the past, as opposed to doing the review videos. Doing this stuff is kind of a series of videos talking about Korean indie stuff, is something that I've wanted to do for a very, very long time. The name of my channel is just not specifically something that is limiting myself to K-pop. It's not like I'm a K-pop fan, whatever, but it is, of course, just that I'm a Korean music fan. So I want to also talk about other Korean music. And, that's something that I really, really want to do. The format, I don't specifically know, although I do have a really good idea, of course, on how those videos should be formatted. Because, of course, I could easily just sit here and say like, hey guys, check out this new song from X group. It's titled this, and these are the reasons why I like it. I could just sit there and talk about it, but that doesn't really kind of give you guys a teaser or a little taste of what the song sounds like. So, of course, the better way to do it, in my mind at least, would be to say, introduce the song and the group, the group and the title of the song, give you guys a little taste of the song, and then talk about what I liked about it, why you should check it out, and of course link all of the pertinent information, stuff like that, in the description of the video. Now, that's the way that I would do it. That's the way that I've done my most recent Korean indie video. But of course, I would like to kind of get some feedback on what you guys potentially think would be a good idea on what to do. Like, Is there a different way to doing that? Is there something interesting that I can do with those videos that I'm not thinking about? The creativity, the creative aspect of that hasn't been something that I put a whole lot of thought in. I just want to kind of get this out there so that I can, have the conversation with you guys on this stuff and get your ideas, kind of bounce some ideas off of you guys back and forth and see what comes out. But for the time being, of course, I'm going to just be formatting my Korean indie videos as an introduction of just like announcing, the group name and the song, and then doing a little sample of the 20-second, maybe something like that, sample of the song, and then getting into a couple minutes of just discussion on what I think about the song. That's going to be the format for the time being going forward, and I'm very, very excited to do that. One of the big things is that, which I'm not entirely sure if people kind of realize this, but covering Korean indie music is these people, the members of these groups and stuff like that, are very, 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 very responsive when it comes to foreign fans specifically covering their music. My video specifically that I most recently uploaded, where I kind of just shared the new song from a girl trio called Pungdengi. They actually, their official YouTube channel, commented on my video and said thank you. I shared a song onto my community tab on the channel, and the record label where the song and the group is coming from, then left a comment. So there are people who are monitoring all of this, like the indie groups and the record labels are very much engaged in the coverage of their music. And it's a really, really good way, a really, really easy way, I think, to kind of build relationships, which is kind of something that I personally would like to do, you know, kind of have a personal relationship with groups and stuff like that in Korea, do some cool things with them potentially, and just kind of like work my way up, you know, through the industry until I'm at the top or doing something like that. But that's of course long term. You know, short term, and what I really want to do, and the core basis of what I want to do is share cool music with you guys, because, you know, I'm a fan of Korean music. I'm a fan of music in general. I'm choosing to specifically focus on Korean music. K-pop is very accessible. Korean indie music is becoming more and more accessible, but is not the most accessible, of course, in comparison to K-pop. So I want to be an outlet to kind of share that with you guys and potentially expose my audience to a wider range of music than they would otherwise listen to. That's kind of the motivation. Everything else is just, you know, icing on the cake. It's just additional stuff that I'm not really focused on at this point in time. But of course, then that leads me to, with all that being said, and the fact that I'm going to be doing more Korean indie videos going forwards, then that does of course mean that I'm going to just necessarily, that means that I will have to be doing less review videos, and that is unfortunate, but you know, it just is kind of the way that it goes. Since I've kind of started, you know, doing a whole, you know, journal thing and keeping tasks and habits and all that stuff, which, you know, shameless self-promotion here, I got another channel that I do this whole journal stuff, and you can actually find out more stuff about what's going on in my life outside of K-pop over on that channel. You can, and of course, learn more about what I'm talking about right now. It's in the description. It's on the side of the homepage of my channel. Go check it out. Maybe you'll enjoy it. But since I've kind of started like really kind of focusing on actually being productive and doing the things that I want to do on a daily basis, I've really kind of found that everything that I'm doing on YouTube is taking a lot of my time. And, you know, that is recording videos and then following news and getting stuff together to post on Twitter, on social media for the next day. And, you know, I'm not even replying to comments as much as I really should be. You know, there's a lot of things that I'm doing really well right now, but there's also a lot of things that I need to be doing that I'm not doing currently. And, you know, then of course, to do a review video, then I have to work in the time to like listen to that song or listen to the album, you know, of course, more than once, and then find a time to write down my thoughts and ideas and then organize them into a little outline and a script, and then record and edit and upload and do all that kind of stuff. And these videos end up taking like multiple hours to make. You know, like a song review might take me maybe an hour of listening to a song in total, if not more, if I want to come back and revisit it later. To put out a video, an album review is going to take me multiple hours just listening to the album. And I just, at the moment, don't have the free time to kind of fit that into my work schedule when I, you know, throughout the entire day. It just isn't exactly there for me to actually focus on putting together a review video. And so that means that they're going to kind of be cut down a little bit. The idea that I've got to kind of supplement those or kind of replace those sort of, which isn't something that I'm a big fan of doing, is these, you know, first listen or these album reactions, so to speak, that a lot of people do and a lot of people request. I'm not really a fan of doing that because it basically just turns it into a half an hour long reaction video, which I don't think my reactions themselves are very entertaining, in the sense that like people are going to be entertained enough to sit through here and listen to an album with me as I just deadpan make comments about what I'm talking about. You're like with very little enthusiasm for the most part. You know, I don't think that those are going to be very entertaining, that people are going to want to watch those. But it is something that I actually do see a little bit of value in, and you know, that's what it is. You know, when it comes down to it though, you know, doing a reaction video, doing a first listen video like that is really easy. It's going to take me half an hour to record, maybe at most, depending on the album. It'll take me maybe a little bit more time to edit it and then upload it. Those are really easy ways to do, you know, album reviews. But it's not really the kind of quality that I want on my videos. I want my reaction videos to be the only low effort content that I'm uploading. Everything else I want to actually put some thought into, you know, a little bit more thought than a reaction video takes. You know, that just is what it is. So I'm very much more in favor of infrequent review videos versus, you know, frequent first listen videos. You know, it's just my personal taste. But, you know, of course, that all being said, and I want to put this at the end of the video because I know that this might be something that appeals to like serious followers of myself versus other people. But one of the things though is that I do actually see the value in the first listen videos, or the first listen kind of thing, for the community at large, for people who are actually very, very interested in hearing what I have got to say. And so because of that, I'm thinking potentially just because it is something that is valuable in terms of like the community interaction between yourself and myself, between you and myself, is that I would potentially like to put those on Patreon instead of just uploading them to my channel. Now, I can potentially do, you know, a couple of them a week, you know, two of them. If I do a first listen in the mornings on the days that I have off from work, I can work it. I could do those potentially more depending on what my work schedule is in the mornings and stuff like that. I have no idea, but they will be on Patreon. I could put them on Patreon, and of course that would mean that they would be behind some sort of, you know, subscription backing for me. Of course, the upside to that though is that, you know, just the thing that, you know, I need the time. I need to have the free time and the availability to do review videos like I want to do them. You know, creating indie stuff is easy. Making a review video is harder in comparison. Making a first listen video is very, very easy in comparison to an album review. And if I can kind of get the support with, you know, people checking out my first listen, my album first listens and other stuff like that, then, you know, at some point in the future, then I will have more time to dedicate to making review videos, because then I won't have to like actually, you know, potentially have a full-time job outside of YouTube, you know, just that kind of stuff. So it's not necessarily about me, because, you know, I'm doing what I want to do, you know, and we're trying to figure out how to provide a variety of content within my time constraints. So I'm just saying, like, I can do the Korean indie stuff very, very frequent, or relatively frequently. I can cover news stuff every once in a while when it's relevant and pertinent and big enough for me, and I have enough to say about it. I can do review videos infrequently, but I can also do, you know, first listens every once in a while as well. But those specifically, I think, are going to go behind, you know, are going to go onto my Patreon. They're going to be available to patrons before anything else. I might consider, of course, just, you know, publishing them later after the fact, or making a little bit of a highlight video to upload onto my channel, you know, in the future. I specifically do not know. So those are my ideas. You know, that's what I got floating around in my brain. Whether or not any of this is actually going to happen, I cannot say for sure. Whether I'm going to put first listens on Patreon or not, I don't know. Whether first listens are actually going to be a thing, again, I don't know. Just all of this stuff is just food for thought, things that I kind of want your guys' feedback on which you would prefer, which you would like to see, how you would like to see it structured and formatted. Feedback is actually really, really important to me. So that's all that I've got to say. Normally, of course, I would do my outro, my call to action to subscribe and do all this other stuff. But I'm assuming that you're already subscribed if you're watching this video. And if you're not, and you made it to the end of this video, then maybe you would be interested in subscribing, because, you know, we talk about Korean music, we talk about K-pop, just a normal dude sharing what I think about the music that I listen to. And of course, telling you that if I like a song, I'll tell you if I like it. If I don't like a song, I'll tell you if I don't like it. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, subscribe down below. And if you want to turn on notifications so that you can know whenever I upload a video, then click the bell icon down there as well. So I didn't really mean for this video to be nearly 15 minutes long, but, you know, it is what it is. There's a little bit to cover, and I do apologize for taking so much of your time. So I'm going to end this video right here. So thanks everyone for watching this video. I value your feedback very, very much, and I hope to, you know, see you and converse with you down in the comments below. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you in another video, well, probably coming up tomorrow or something like that.